how can we encourage people to step up and take on leadership responsibilities? Now, this is a question from someone who said they're really wanting to improve their succession planning and allow people to move up and step up in their organisation. So it's such an important and worthy goal, because if you're not providing great pathways for people within your organisation, they will be looking for them elsewhere. But how do you get people to step up? Well, number one, you need to know the individual and you need to understand what is their motivation, what are their strengths, what do they see being a potential pathway. So that's about really knowing your team members, asking great questions, listening deeply, and really understanding what is driving them. Then when you do that, the second step is to be able to specifically invite them to take on this new responsibility, because, hey, this is going to help build your capacity to lead into this. So those things need to connect together. If you can find out what people's motivation is, you can then offer them opportunities that are in line with that. And people need to be asked specifically and sincerely. It's great if you can let someone know, hey, I see great potential in you to become fantastic at X, Y, Z. Don't put pressure on them to make them feel like they've got to already be good at it, but let people know you see potential in them. That will build their confidence. That will, ultimately as human beings, we like being flattered. We like being personally invited. So if you can let people know what you see in them as their strength and their potential and tie it into that invitation and make it really specific, that is key. So that's number two. The third step is to make failure okay. So let people know that it's actually okay to try out new things in this organisation. Build psychological safety, which is where in an organisation people feel safe to experiment, to innovate, to try new things, to stretch out of their comfort zone, to stick their neck out without feeling like it's going to be chopped off. So if you can make failure okay, and some organisations will do this by, for example, when something hasn't gone well, they might have a failure party and sit around and eat cake and discuss what went wrong and how can we do it better next time. So having those sorts of, doesn't have to be a party with cake, but having those sorts of conversations or that attitude towards learning opportunities is really powerful. And then the last thing is you've got to provide great support. So if you've identified what someone wants to expand into and leadership roles they may want to take up, and you've invited them specifically, you've made failure okay, you then need to also follow through, provide great mentoring, provide great coaching, provide great support so that they can actually develop. And that's another whole video perhaps around empowered delegation, how to actually ensure that someone is able to learn the right skills that they need at the right time so they can step up into that role. So brilliant question. We could do a whole day on this, I'm sure. Let me know if that is helpful and reach out with more questions or if you want any more support with this. Thanks for watching.